Navigating relationship deal breakers, recognizing when to walk away. In relationships, there often comes a moment when we're faced with a pivotal decision. Should we stay or should we go? This decision-making process is frequently influenced by what is commonly referred to as deal breakers. Those non-negotiable aspects of a partner or relationship that, when present, signal a clear red flag and potentially warrant ending the relationship. Deal breakers can vary significantly from person to person, as they are deeply rooted in individual values, boundaries, and life experiences. While one person may be willing to overlook certain behaviors or traits, another may find them intolerable. However, some universal deal breakers tend to be commonly recognized across cultures and demographics. Lack of trust. Trust forms the foundation of any healthy relationship. When trust is eroded or absent, it can be difficult, if not impossible, to maintain a fulfilling and sustainable connection. Whether it's infidelity, dishonesty, or consistent breaches of confidentiality. A lack of trust can quickly become a deal breaker for many individuals. Example: Mia discovered that her partner had been secretly communicating with an ex-flame, despite promising to cut ties with them. The betrayal shattered the trust she had in their relationship, leaving her questioning everything about their future together. Abuse. Physical, emotional, or verbal. Abusive behavior in any form is unequivocally unacceptable. Whether it manifests as physical violence, emotional manipulation, or verbal aggression, abuse has no place in a healthy relationship. Recognizing the signs of abuse and having the courage to walk away is crucial for one's well-being and safety. Example: Ramvi realized he was in an emotionally abusive relationship when his partner constantly criticized him, undermined his self-esteem, and manipulated him into feeling guilty for spending time with friends and family. Incompatibility. While differences can sometimes enrich a relationship, fundamental incompatibilities in values, goals, or lifestyles can create significant challenges. Whether it's conflicting long-term aspirations, differing approaches to finances, or irreconcilable cultural or religious beliefs. Being fundamentally incompatible with a partner can lead to ongoing frustration and dissatisfaction. Example: Valentina and Romeo had different visions for their future. She wanted to travel the world, while he preferred to settle down in their hometown. Despite their love for each other, they couldn't reconcile their divergent life goals and ultimately decided to part ways. Addiction. Substance abuse and addiction can wreak havoc on relationships, causing emotional turmoil, financial strain, and instability. Whether it's alcohol, drugs, gambling, or any other addictive behavior, being in a relationship with someone struggling with addiction can be emotionally draining and detrimental to one's well-being. Example: DeVito struggled to cope with his partner's alcohol addiction, which led to frequent arguments, financial strain, and broken promises. Despite his love for her, he realized he couldn't continue to enable their destructive behavior and chose to end the relationship. Lack of communication. Effective communication is the lifeblood of any successful relationship. When communication breaks down or is consistently ineffective, it can lead to misunderstandings, resentment, and feelings of disconnect. Whether it's an unwillingness to communicate openly and honestly, or a pattern of dismissive or contemptuous communication, a lack of effective communication can spell doom for a relationship. Example: Fauza felt increasingly disconnected from her partner, who avoided difficult conversations and shut down whenever she tried to express her feelings. The lack of communication left her feeling lonely and unheard, ultimately driving a wedge between them. Repeated betrayals. Whether it's repeatedly breaking promises, betraying confidences, or failing to follow through on commitments, a pattern of betrayal can corrode the trust and integrity of a relationship. While forgiveness is a noble virtue, repeated betrayals without genuine efforts to change behavior can become insurmountable obstacles to relationship health. Example: Ralph forgave his partner multiple times for cheating, hoping they would change their ways. However, each betrayal eroded his trust a little more, until he realized he couldn't continue to ignore the pattern of infidelity. Disrespect. Mutual respect is essential for the health and longevity of any relationship. When one partner consistently belittles, demeans, or disregards the other. It creates a toxic dynamic that erodes self-esteem and damages the relationship. Whether it's subtle condescension or outright disrespect. Tolerating disrespectful behavior can be a deal-breaker for many individuals. Example: Mateo's partner constantly belittles him in front of friends and family, dismissing his opinions and mocking his achievements. Despite trying to brush it off, the constant disrespect took a toll on his self-esteem and forced him to reevaluate the relationship. Infidelity. Infidelity strikes at the core of trust and commitment in a relationship. While some couples may be able to navigate the rocky terrain of infidelity and emerge stronger on the other side, for many others, it represents a breach of trust so profound that reconciliation becomes untenable. The decision to end a relationship due to infidelity is deeply personal and often fraught with emotional turmoil. Example: Rachel was devastated when she discovered her partner had been having an affair. Despite their promises to work through it, she couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal and ultimately decided to end the relationship to protect her well-being. Deal breakers are deeply personal and subjective, influenced by individual values, boundaries, and life experiences. While recognizing and honoring deal breakers is essential for maintaining self-respect and emotional well-being, it's also important to approach relationships with empathy, understanding that people are complex and flawed beings capable of growth and change. Ultimately, knowing when to walk away from a relationship that no longer serves our highest good is an act of courage and self-love. If you found value so far in this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to support this channel. Please share across social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Numerous other deal breakers have the potential to end a relationship. Here are a few more. Lack of ambition or drive. For some individuals, being with a partner who lacks ambition or drive can be a deal breaker. Whether it's a lack of motivation to pursue personal or professional goals, complacency, or a general lack of initiative. Feeling like one's partner isn't striving for self-improvement or success can lead to feelings of frustration and resentment. Different views on family planning. Divergent views on family planning, such as whether or not to have children, how many to have, or when to have them, can create significant tension in a relationship. If one partner strongly desires children while the other does not, or if there's disagreement on important aspects of parenting, it can become a deal breaker. Financial irresponsibility. Financial compatibility is crucial for the long-term success of a relationship. Irresponsible spending habits, accumulating debt, or a lack of financial planning can strain a relationship and erode trust. If one partner consistently puts the financial stability of the relationship at risk, it can become a deal breaker for the other. Inability to compromise. Healthy relationships require compromise and mutual respect for needs and boundaries. If one partner consistently refuses to compromise, always insists on having their way, or fails to consider the other's perspective, it can create an imbalance of power and lead to resentment. Emotional unavailability. Emotional intimacy is a cornerstone of a healthy relationship. If one partner is emotionally unavailable, whether due to past trauma, unresolved issues, or an unwillingness to be vulnerable, it can leave the other feeling disconnected and unfulfilled. Continuously feeling emotionally neglected or unsupported can be a deal breaker for many individuals. Significant differences in values or beliefs. While some differences in values or beliefs can be reconciled through open communication and mutual respect, significant disparities in core values, such as religious beliefs, political views, or ethical principles, can create insurmountable conflicts. If these differences lead to constant friction or an inability to find common ground, it can become a deal breaker. Chronic unemployment or underemployment. Long-term unemployment or underemployment can place strain on a relationship, both financially and emotionally. If one partner consistently struggles to maintain stable employment or contribute to the household financially, it can lead to feelings of resentment and strain the dynamics of the relationship. Disinterest in personal growth or self-improvement. Growth and self-improvement are integral parts of personal development. If one partner shows a lack of interest in self-reflection, personal growth, or improving themselves, it can lead to stagnation in the relationship. Feeling like your partner is not invested in their growth or the growth of the relationship can be a deal-breaker for many individuals. Each relationship is unique, and what constitutes a deal-breaker for one person may not be as significant for another. Individuals need to identify their deal-breakers and communicate them openly and honestly with their partners. When faced with a potential deal-breaker, it's important to assess whether the relationship is worth salvaging or if it's time to walk away in pursuit of a healthier, more fulfilling connection. Recognizing deal-breakers early on in a relationship is crucial for preventing further emotional investment in unhealthy dynamics. Here are some tips and suggestions for identifying deal-breakers before they escalate. 1. Trust your instincts. Pay attention to your gut feelings and intuition. If something doesn't feel right or if you find yourself constantly questioning your partner's behavior, it may be a sign of underlying trust issues that could develop into deal breakers. 2. Observe how they treat others. Take note of how your partner interacts with friends, family members, and strangers. Are they respectful, kind, and considerate? Or do they exhibit signs of disrespect, aggression, or manipulation? How they treat others can be indicative of how they may treat you in the future. 3. Have open and honest conversations. Initiate conversations with your partner about important topics such as values, goals, boundaries, and expectations early on in the relationship. Pay attention to how they respond and whether there are any significant differences or red flags that emerge during these discussions. 4. Look for consistent patterns of behavior. Be observant of any recurring patterns of behavior that may signal potential deal breakers. Whether it's frequent arguments, dishonesty, or a lack of empathy. Recognizing consistent patterns early on can help you assess whether the relationship is likely to meet your needs in the long term. 5. Set and maintain boundaries. Establish clear boundaries for yourself and communicate them openly with your partner. Pay attention to how they respect and honor your boundaries. If your boundaries are consistently disregarded or violated, it may be a sign of deeper compatibility issues. 6. Seek feedback from trusted confidants. Sometimes, it can be challenging to see potential deal breakers when we're emotionally invested in a relationship. Seek feedback from trusted friends or family members who can offer an outside perspective and help you identify any warning signs that you may have overlooked. 7. Take time to reflect. Periodically take a step back and reflect on the dynamics of your relationship. Are you feeling fulfilled, respected, and supported? Or are there persistent feelings of doubt, frustration, or unhappiness? Trusting your feelings and experiences can help you recognize deal breakers before they escalate. 8. Educate yourself on common relationship red flags. Familiarize yourself with common relationship red flags and warning signs of abusive or unhealthy dynamics. Being informed about potential deal breakers can empower you to make informed decisions and take proactive steps to protect your emotional well-being. By proactively recognizing and addressing deal breakers early on in a relationship, you can avoid becoming entangled in unhealthy or harmful dynamics and pursue connections that are more aligned with your values, needs, and aspirations. Trusting your instincts, setting boundaries, and engaging in open communication are essential steps in navigating the complexities of relationships while prioritizing your well-being. Ending a relationship, especially when deal breakers are present, can be a challenging and emotional process. Here are some tips and advice on how to approach this difficult conversation with respect, compassion, and integrity. 1. Choose the right time and place. Select a time and place where you and your partner can have a private and uninterrupted conversation. Avoid public settings or times when either of you is under significant stress or pressure. 2. Be honest and direct. Approach the conversation with honesty and transparency. Communicate your reasons for wanting to end the relationship, focusing on your own feelings and experiences rather than placing blame or criticism on your partner. 3. Use I statements. Frame your thoughts and feelings using I statements to take ownership of your emotions and avoid sounding accusatory. For example, say, "I feel," instead of "you always," to express your perspective without triggering defensiveness. 4. Listen empathetically. Allow your partner the space to express their thoughts and emotions without interruption. Listen empathetically to their perspective, validating their feelings even if you don't agree with them. Respectful communication involves active listening and mutual understanding. 5. Avoid ambiguity. Be clear and firm in your decision to end the relationship. Avoid leaving room for false hope or ambiguity that may prolong the pain for both parties. However, be prepared to provide some closure and answer any questions your partner may have. 6. Express gratitude and appreciation. Acknowledge the positive aspects of the relationship and express gratitude for the experiences and memories you've shared. Emphasize that your decision to end the relationship is not a reflection of your worth as a person but rather a recognition of compatibility issues. 7. Set boundaries for future communication. Establish boundaries for future communication, especially if you need space to heal and move forward. Be clear about your expectations regarding contact and interaction to avoid confusion or potential misunderstandings. 8. Take care of yourself. Ending a relationship can be emotionally draining, so prioritize self-care during this time. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family, engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation, and consider seeking professional support if needed. 9. Allow for grief and healing. Understand that both you and your partner may need time to grieve the loss of the relationship and process your emotions. Allow yourselves the space and grace to heal in your own time and in your way. 10. Reflect and learn. Take time to reflect on the lessons learned from the relationship and how it has contributed to your personal growth and development. Use this experience as an opportunity for self-discovery and empowerment. Ending a relationship with respect and compassion requires courage, empathy, and emotional maturity. By approaching the conversation with integrity and sincerity, you can minimize unnecessary hurt and facilitate a more positive transition for both yourself and your partner. If you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel for more self-improvement videos. Comment below to tell us how useful you found this video. Remember to share on various social media platforms to reach a wider audience. Click the notification bell to get notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video.